Stay one step ahead with Dubai Eye.
Breakfast. Josef Kleindienst is the chairman of the Kleindienst Group. That is the organisation developing a massive residential development on the World Islands offshore Dubai. He is with us in the studio. Josef, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning to you. Good morning to Dubai.
Welcome back to the Dubai Eye studio. You've been a regular visitor for what seems like the past decade. And finally, your buildings are nearing completion. You and I yesterday had lunch in one of your palaces, which is done and dusted, top to tail. And you say by the end of this year, the first people will be moving into their villas and the first guests will be staying into your hotels. Where do we stand now?
3 islands will complete this year: Sweden, Germany, and St. Petersburg Honeymoon Island. And our first hotel, Portofino, will soft open by end of this year.
How long has it been since you first broke ground on the World Islands? We were speculating. We think it's a decade or more. But when did the first spade go in the ground?
The project you have seen yesterday started its construction in 2014 with preparation works on the islands and compaction of the islands. We actually have decided to compact the islands up to 450 kilopascal per square meter, which took us 3 rounds of compaction. Concrete started already 2016, and our first hotel, Portofino, a family-only hotel, started concrete this year, January 2018, and we are going for a Dubai record to soft open the hotel in the same year where we placed the first concrete.
We had a phone call, I don't know if you heard, about 10 minutes ago, from Jay, who's an investor in one of your hotels. He's buying a hotel room off plan. So far, he's put in a couple of 100,000 dirhams and he'll make stage payments along the way. He said, or Brandy said to him, if you had one question that you'd put to Josef, what would it be? And he said, why is it going so slow? Why isn't it being built faster? He signed up about a year ago. What's your response to Jay and people like him, Josef?
We are facing delays mainly because we have been too optimistic about the progress, the work, and the time we can set up the logistic for this project. It took us more time than expected, and therefore we are facing a delay. But to answer to Jay and to all of our investors are not affected by our delay because normally our investors are buying with a return package, and the return of the investment starts with the sunset period. So that means if I'm facing a delay, I pay it from my pocket.
You pay it from your pocket?
Yes, correct. So we are not delaying the payment to our investors because we are having a delay in the building. But look, one thing is very important for me to mention. This is a life. It's, as you say, we are already working almost a decade on this project. It's a lifetime project. And for me, the quality, to build something magnificent, to build something stunning, has priority. An example, our floating seahorses, and you have visited yesterday the model unit, which is there since more than 2 years. I could have completed all of them already in the same style and construction method and materials, the one you have seen. It has a lifespan of 25 years. And we need to clean it regularly because it doesn't allow for marine growth. It's out of steel. I was never happy to build something for 25 years. In our blood, in our European blood, we need to build a building and it needs to last forever. And we built a second prototype in fiberglass. It was for 50 years. Better, but still not good enough. The ones we are building now are out of marine-graded and waterproof concrete with a design lifespan of 100+ years. Means the investor who bought a seahorse with a contract and a lifespan of 25 years will get one delivered with 100+ years. But unfortunately with little delay. Also all this redesigning and getting different materials tested and approved took us more time than expected. The result will be, instead of 25 years, 100 years.
When will you hand over those seahorses?
40 units this year. Also the handover of seahorses starts in November this year.
And how confident are you that you'll deliver them all before the end of the year?
Also we will deliver, we have in total 131 seahorses in our project, and we will deliver all of them during 2018 and 2019.
Back in January, there was a development off the coast of the Burj Al Arab related to Dubai's New Year celebrations, and a platform sunk. There's been a lot of reporting about that, some of it accurate, some of it perhaps inaccurate. Can you clarify what happened there? And it certainly caused a lot of alarm among some investors and potential investors in the sea horses that you mentioned. So what exactly happened?
So we provided an event platform for the New Year's celebration, and the weather forecast predicted waves up to 5 feet. And the event platform was not removed immediately after the event. There was no urgency for us to remove it. And waves of 8 feet hit it and sank the platform. Unfortunately, it teached us the weather is not following the weather forecast. As a matter of fact, in social media and in one newspaper, people informed a seahorse would have been sunken, what was not correct. A seahorse in the same time, in the same location, would not have been sinking. A seahorse could have take these waves. And even if water enters, there are bilge pumps, they are pumping it out. Now the event platform was taken out of the water, repaired, and it's intact again. But unfortunately, it happened.
We're getting a couple of texts in for you, 4001, very quickly if you want to get involved. Rich was talking earlier about the challenge will be to get people to travel out to the world, to stay for holiday, for lunch, whatever it happens to be. Keith's texted in to say all of the marketing material shows yachts sailing around the world islands. And he says, yet he's been chased away by security for the past 5 years. As far as you know, is that going to change?
So island owners are allowed to enter the world area. The regulation was from a beginning. It will not be open for everyone. It will be open for island owners and their guests.
Another question comes in, no name on this. How are you managing DIWA? Electricity, water, sewage, these kind of things.
So we are building our own network. And DIWA right now has no plans to connect the islands.
So you generate all your own electricity, you import all the water, and you have to take everything, all the waste off.
So we are producing the electricity and water. We are cleaning used water through sewage treatment plants, and we keep it, actually, maybe it's an interesting topic, we are keeping it on the island in a zero-discharge installation with the big benefit, microplastics can never enter the ocean.
Was that what you thought was going to happen when you started off the project?
Some things surprised us. It's much more challenging than we ever expected, but we're up for a challenge. If you're not up for a challenge, you should not build on these islands. And thanks God, I'm having in the meantime an excellent team. And for example, all our engineers are keen to work on Portofino Hotel to break a Dubai record and open it within 1 year. And they're working day and night to achieve it.
But what's that done to the cost of the project? Because building your own infrastructure is massive.
Yeah, of course. But we knew from beginning there is a cost, and we have been involved in other island projects in different parts of the world before. Not as big as this one, and not as innovative as this one. Also, the Dubai regulations to build a project are on the highest standard. Dubai is very keen to protect people using the buildings. Safety is on the highest level worldwide.
Joseph, very quickly, we're running out of time. How confident are you that tourists will want to go there? This is the big question mark for me now. The big question mark before was, can he build it? Well, you have built it. I was there yesterday. It's nearly done. Can you persuade people to go there in their thousands?
We give them 1,000 reasons to come. This was our concern from beginning, why somebody should come to our islands when he can find already everything in Dubai, the tallest, the biggest, and so on. Therefore, we decided to build raining streets, snow plazas, floating villas. We bring the best from Europe in regards to hotels, restaurant, entertainment, to attract as many people from international and locally to come for vacation and staycation.
Can't let you go without asking you a question on one of our top stories today. Vienna has been voted the most livable city in the world, nothing to do with the heart of Europe, by the Economist Intelligence Unit. You're a proud Austrian. Does Vienna deserve to be the world's most livable city?
I'm from Vienna and I miss Vienna. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to visit my own city. My plans is to move back to Vienna in 2023 when I reach the age of 60 years. And yes, for sure, Vienna deserves to be the number one city worldwide.
Josef, great talking to you. Appreciate your time this morning. Josef Kleindienst is the chairman of the Kleindienst Group, developing the heart of Europe on the world islands. Best of luck.